Saturday, October 19th, 12:28 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. This week, we'll go over the stock sectors in the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is a stock index. It's the major stock index go-to for institutions and individual investors to compare their performance with. And in that stock index, there are 11 sectors. We'll go down, top down, the larger weighted ones first. Several made all-time new highs. Each sector has a different weighted average in the S&P 500. Some very minor, some very big. The largest sector in the S&P 500 is technology, stock ETF, XLK. All these stock sectors have stock ETFs you could trade. As well, maybe you don't have a broker that offers good financial access to exchanges. Well, some of these stocks I'm going to show you might be over $100, $500, $700. You don't have to pay for the full share. You can buy fraction shares. So, example, some brokers let you put as low as $5. Some brokers let you put as low as $7 and maybe even less. So again, you could participate investing dollar cost average. You have extra money any given time of the day and you want to invest it. Well, fraction shares is the way you could do it. And then eventually you could have the higher value with growth, dollar cost average on good financial investments. Again, S&P 500 has 11 sectors. The first one's technology. Stock symbol XLK. It represents about 20% of the S&P 500. That's big. This year made the all-time high. Here's the high for this year, yellow horizontal line. And here's the low for the year, yellow horizontal line. For the week, it closed red, but it made a higher high, higher low than the prior week. Again, here's the low for the year. Here's the high for the year. The current method is a trend momentum to the upside, higher highs, higher lows. Last week, look at that big green candle, bullish candle, broke above and closed above midpoint here. That was bullish. And this week, we traded back inside the range of that green candle, tested it. Buyers like it. They bought it and they closed above 50% of the trading range of the week. It looks like that's bullish. Yeah. We also broke above this fair value gap. Nice. Close right at it. Healthcare, X-ray Lima Victor, makes up almost 15% of the S&P 500. Here's the low for the year. Here's the high for the year. Same thing for the week. Higher high, higher low, closed red. They also tested back in the prior week and buyers stepped in. Financials, XLF, all-time new high. Understand? This is performing better than the two other sectors. Here's the low for the year. Here's the high for the year. Strong like bull. I already have some key levels laid out where I'm looking for retests, and then I'll use the lower time frames to see if they have value to want to consider buying again. Consumer discretionary, XLY. Well, here's the high for the past 5 years. We're below that. Here's the high for this year. Here's the low for this year. Not as impressive as the other ones. Here's a swing low. For the week, green, higher high, higher low. Trending back up to the highs. Communication services, all-time new high. Outstanding. Wow. Here's a low for the year. Nice. Green for the week, higher high, higher low. Broke above that inside candle. Nice. Tiny trading range. Look at that. For the whole week, small trading range versus these huge trading ranges back down here. Again, key levels I have marked out for potential trade ideas. And industrial, XLI, makes up about 9.7% of the S&P 500. Again, the percentage they make up in the S&P 500 vary day by day. That's public information you get off the exchange. Here's the high for the year. All-time new high as well, too. New high. Nice. Look at that. Here's a low for 2022. 2023. Again, nice momentum to the upside. Last week was impulse move up, and this week, look at that small low trading range. But again, it closed bullish, closing to the high of its week. Consumer staples, XLP, makes up about 6.7% of the S&P 500. This year did make the new high. This week closed green, made a higher high, higher low for that bullish pin bar, which is now a swing low. Look at that. Big impulse move down, that red candle, midpoint. We broke above it and rejected and closed below it. It looks like we closed 50% below this candle range. That's suspicious. Okay, so if we go back down, I have some areas of value I'll be looking to see for potential trade ideas. Energy, XLE, makes up about 6% of the S&P 500. Here's the high for the year, which is interesting. Look at me, the high for the year this year, plus the low for the year. And then had a huge markdown phase. The week, red, lower low, lower high. Closing near the low of the week, it's bearish. Did break below, tested the midpoint on this big impulse move up, and we have buyers stepping there. So somebody thought it was fair value to buy there. Again, the candle closed bearish, closed below midpoint, lower high, lower low. Okay, so maybe we'll get a little pop and continuation downside. And utilities, XLU, all-time new high, strong like bull. XLU makes up 2.8% of the S&P 500. Big green candle, big bullish candle. Higher high, higher low. Nice. Real estate, XLRE, makes up 2.7% of the S&P 500. Right, here's the high, this yellow horizontal line, 2021. Here's the low for 2023. Here's the low for this year, 2024. The week closed green, higher high, higher low. Huge impulse move up. Strong like bull. Nice big reverse off that green bullish pin bar. And again, this is a nice value range. We came back down in it, tested it very weakly. Weakly, not strong. Came down there. Again, buyers stepped in early, got it. So again, we didn't even have a full retracement up here. We were just looking to get it at the top. Nice. Nice move up. And materials, XLB, all-time new high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Here's the high. Materials makes up 2.5% of the S&P 500. Big bullish candle. Nice higher high, higher low. Swing bullish candle. So by looking at that, you see we have several that made all-time new highs this year, performing better than many other ones. So you could compare this with the fixed income or the stock portfolio you have, see if you're performing equal or better. But again, you could outperform the S&P 500 if you want to just select the best sector within it. Again, these rotate. So what you may have now, later this year, may not be the best. But again, you see several made all-time new highs in the month of October. Understand the institutions are putting the money into those. How I'll include a bonus here. We'll look at the Magnificent 7. Same thing, 5-year chart. Each one's a weekly candle. Magnificent 7. Apple. Here's the low for the past 5 years. And look at this. All-time new high this week. Apple, all-time new high. Strong like bull. Higher high, higher low. Nice. It's performing better than some of those sectors I showed you. Amazon. Here's the low for the past 5 years. Here's the high for the past 5 years, which was this year. Here's the low for this year. This orange vertical line is the week it got added to the Dow Jones. And I showed that as a buy signal back then. Nice. As well as in and out a few times since then, too. Yep. So for the week, red or lower high. Sorry. The week was red, but we made a higher high, higher low. We closed way above midpoint. So, yeah, big trading range, went back inside this green candle, buyer stepped in. Nice. We had a retracement here. Almost a bullet. Yeah, looks like almost a bullish engulfing candle there. Follow. Nice. And Google, parent company Alphabet. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Inside candle for the week. Wow. Very disappointing. And Meta. Last week was the all-time new high. This week, red, lower low, lower high. Not big panic selling. Nope. See, this are big panic sellings here. Both of those were small trading ranges. See some nice areas where we might get a retracement in. Microsoft. Again, this year made an all-time new high. For the week, higher high, higher low. Look at that dodgy candle. Very suspicious down here. Yep. Dodgy candle means indecision, potential reversals. NVIDIA. Wow. All-time new high. Strong like bull. Nice. And Tesla. Here's the high for the past 5 years. And here's the low for the past 5 years. Here's the high of last year. So we're making lower highs. Here's the high for this year. Here's the low for this year. And this week, lower high, lower low, close green, dodgy candle, potential reversal. Also means indecision. Bottom of the trend, yeah. So big impulse move down that prior week. Might be get a little pop and then continue rolling over lower. Disappointing. Not leadership. Way below the highs from years ago. And snow. Here's the high for the past 5 years. Here's the low this year. Also another one, inside candle for the week. Means indecision. And Netflix. Wow, impressive. Here's the low for the past 5 years. All-time new high this week. Strong like bull. A huge trading range. Wow, outstanding. Huge trading range. On that dip, many buyers stepped in to push it to an all-time new high. Impressive. Netflix. Wow. Doing better than Disney. If you like early access to my videos, I have a Patreon account. So if you want to subscribe to that for a tiny fee, you can get access to my videos much earlier, along with a lot more other additional content for paid subscribers. Thank you as always for spending just a little bit of time with me. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching.